Hello and welcome back. I am going to today do a bit of an experiment. I have got 190 grams of breadcrumbs, so bread that I've made in the past that I've dried out, and I dried it in the oven, and then I put it in my food processor to grind down to a very fine breadcrumb. And I'm going to try and make some bread out of this. I know it has been done, but I'm going to add this 190 grams to my basic bread. It's a yeast bread, not a sourdough. I've got 355 grams of water in there already, and I'm going to now add the flour. And this is our Artisan white flour. The risen flour is Artisan white flour. And we need a total of 300 grams. There you go. I've got the 300 grams. And now I'm going to add 190 grams of the breadcrumbs. Just going to give it a bit of a zhuzh. I've got 7 grams of instant yeast. Add that. Give it a swirl. I've got some of my diastatic malt. This is a malt mixture. It's not pure diastatic malt. It's got flour in it as well, because you need such a smidgen of diastatic malt when you're making your bread, which helps with the crumb and the crust and the oven spring, that I've pre-mixed it for you in flour, so you can actually buy this off our website as well. So everything that I'm using here, bar the breadcrumbs, you can buy off our website, which is risenflour.com.au. Mix that in, and I've got 10 grams of salt. Now remember, don't mix your salt and your yeast together in one pile, because the salt will kill the yeast. So that's why I sort of give it a bit of a mix around first. Alright, now it comes to the mixing, and we'll see how this goes. I may need a bit more water. As I said, this is an experiment. Be interesting to see how it comes out. Quite exciting, really. So you mix, I'm going to mix this until I get a shaggy dough, and then I'll leave it to rest for about 10 minutes and then come back to it. So by the looks of this, I'm going to need more water. Yeah, the breadcrumbs, obviously being very dry, have absorbed a lot of the water. So I said 355, and there was 10 grams in here, so it's 365. Just going to get some more water. And I'll weigh this so that we so it's 83 grams. I think I want some more water still, so I'm going to add some more. As I said, this is an experiment, so that's half the fun with this, as opposed to being the perfect video. This is what bread baking is all about. Experimenting and actually learning as you go along. Looking a bit better. So we work it a bit more. Feels good. The artisan flour that I'm using, single origin, our resin flour, single origin artisan flour, is grown up in Darwallinu, which is just, it's north of Perth, and it's a single origin, meaning it's a single species of wheat. It hasn't been blended, and it's beautiful. It's milled specifically for bulk fermentation, so it lends itself really well to that. This is looking good now. So you can get that flour, a very, very popular flour, beautiful flour to work with, and you can get that off our website. That's risenflour.com.au. And if you like my videos, please subscribe and share. Press the like button, subscribe and share. That would be fantastic. Get it out there, you know, get bread making back out into the community. The more people I can actually just share bread baking with, the happier I am, you know, just to bring families together again over the baking of bread and the smell of bread. You know, your family memories are going to be created out of, Mum, do you remember that bread you used to make? The smell was wonderful when I'd come home. So, you know, we create wonderful memories now. That's my ultimate aim. Okay, so I'm going to cover this now, and then I'm going to let it rest for a while, and then I'll get back to it. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes. Take the hat off. See, gluten is developed. There's just a little bit of stretch in that. So I ended up adding 110 grams more than I normally do of water with the breadcrumbs. So basically, instead of 350, I added 460 grams of water to the 500 grams of flour. Alright, so I'm now going to start the kneading process. You can do two methods. You can do the slap and fold, but I don't think that's going to work very well with this dough. So I'm going to do the more traditional method of using the palm of your hand and pushing. And I'm going to do this for 15 minutes. And I'll see you back 15 minutes time. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes. I've been kneading. Dough feels really good. And I'm now going to let it rest for half an hour to 45 minutes. Put it back in the bowl. Put the hat on. You can grease the bowl if you wish. I haven't in this case. Put its hat back on and continue doing the process.